This week on the Georgia and Daniel Show, episode 61, Georgia spends the July 4th holiday at the new house of a twin, as Daniel spends the July 4th holiday poolside with his mom, and much more on this July 4th special episode. All this and much more coming up this week on episode 61 of the Georgia and Daniel Show. Podcast starts right now on Special Chronicles.
I didn't know that you had a crush on me. How did I never see all that we could have been? High time we turned the pages, start a story for the ages. High time we got it going, got it going on. No, it's never easy for people who love anymore, but we gotta try, 'cause you and I were meant to be. I love you, baby, and I know it takes more than words to show it. You are the one.
Everyone? I should unmute my co-host. Welcome back. Here we go. That's how we'll begin the show this week.
Alright. Welcome back to the Georgia and Daniel Show. My name is Georgia from Georgia's Kitchen Show and Dan's Cutest True Love.
My name is Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and Georgia's Cutest True Love. And we're bringing you this episode 61, this July 4th special episode, a little bit earlier on a Tuesday. It's after 10 o'clock in the morning, Central Time, and we thought, afternoon didn't have to be quite as busy. We thought, on FaceTime, let's just turn the microphones on and the cameras on and record in this week's episode early. So, those of you guys who just listen to the podcast on demand later, you guys probably, the time doesn't matter when we record, right?
Yeah.
If you're watching the live show right now on the Special Chronicles YouTube and Facebook channels, or Daniel and Georgia Facebook page, if you are watching the live show right now, then you're probably wondering, wait a minute. I thought it said that they were supposed to be recording it at 2 p.m. Central Time in the afternoon. Well,
some of us have different plans ahead of time.
we both have. Okay. Well, like I just said, we both have busy afternoons, so that's why we'll be recording this early. But then again, if you guys are on the live show page on specialchronicles.com/watch/live, which is where you can watch all the archives of this show and the other podcasts that we produce on this network, it says, so yes, it says Tuesdays 2 p.m. Central, and then there's a little asterisk, and at the bottom it says subject to change, which means we could record at the time could change, which is what is happening this week. But from Georgia and myself and all of us at Special Chronicles, we hope you all had a good July 4th of July holiday if you're in the United States, and if you are in Canada or Europe or Australia or Latin America or anywhere else that's not in the US, then we hope that it's just a 4th day of July for you, just any other day. You guys are probably celebrating just it being the 4th day of the month of July, right? For all our international listeners, because you guys probably wondering, well, it's not a holiday over here, but it's a holiday for you guys. So yes, in the U.S., if you are listening in the United States, it was the Independence Day for us in this country. So Babe, you want to go first? And so we said it at the top of the episode, but you spent the holiday, the July 4th holiday this year, 2021. You spent the July 4th holiday doing something different.
Yes. So that happened yesterday. Not only I went to my twin sister's house, her new house out in Palatine, Illinois. I'm not going to say the address on the live stream because people don't want to know that.
And I don't think she would want us to tell all of our fans, all of our listeners. Just like we don't give our listeners your address or my address because we don't want random fans. I mean, if you subscribe to the news, if you subscribe to our Special Chronicles newsletter on specialchronicles.com, if you subscribe to our newsletter, then you probably know my address because it's at the bottom of the newsletter. That's besides the point. Okay, go on.
Okay.
The twins.
Okay, so it was my entire family that went, along with Cade's husband's family. They were there as well.
Did Emma and because you posted some pictures on your Facebook, and so if you guys just search for Georgia Hunter on Facebook, and you can find your Facebook. But was Emma and Sam there, or just Emma there? Or?
Actually, Emma is here. Sam's not here. He's in California. I was blown over the moon that Emma is here because she hasn't been here since I married my own sister. So that was the last time that I saw her.
Yeah.
And
I was there.
Yeah, and Dan was there.
And if you guys want to know more about our adventures in DC, I think those 2 episodes we did end of April, beginning of May. One was kind of live from Washington, D.C., and then the other one was our Star Wars episode. So if you look at, I don't know the episode number, but it was, look at whatever the last week of April was and the first week of May 2021 is, those 2 episodes. Actually, keep talking, and I'll look it up for the listeners. So we can
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a lot of fun. We had a grill night.
Hold on, babe. I found it. Sorry. In April 27th, there was episode 52, kind of live from Washington D.C., and episode 53, our Star Wars episode, May 4th. So those 2 episodes, episode 52 and 53, is where we talked about you.
My favorite film is from Star Wars.
No. I was saying episode 52 and episode 53, we talked about our trip to Washington, D.C.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, our trip as a couple in D.C.
Yeah, so episodes 52 and 53, episodes 52 and 53 of this podcast, the Georgia and Daniel Show. That's if you guys want to go and listen to those episodes. Okay, go on, babe.
Okay, it was a lot of fun. We had a grill night. We had hamburgers and hot dogs. A lot of food related, but it was more of celebrating Kate and Dan's brand new house. And yesterday was my first time there, and it was phenomenal. It is beautiful. They have a very nice neighborhood where they can go to places and stuff like that. And then I was really interactive with Dan's family, and well, of course my family as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, before we get into how I spent the 4th of July, which is mainly with my mom, before I get into how I spent my 4th of July, we take a short sponsor break.
Sure.
And when we come back, we will get to how I, Daniel, spent the July 4th holiday. All that is coming up right here on the Georgia and Daniel Show on specialchronicles.com. So don't pause. We will be right back after a short break. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we can only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcast, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. We're back. We're back.
Yep, we're back.
This is
Georgia
and Daniel show on specialchronicles.com. We're glad to have all of you listening. Let's just say for all the, I'm sure we have some of you new listeners, and I don't know if I honestly, folks, I forgot if we talked about it on last week's episode or not. Did we do an episode last week? Yeah, we did. That was the Cinema Vacation Peter Rabbit episode.
Yes, I remember that.
So I'm sure we have some of you listeners who are discovering this show because of the other podcasts on this network, the Special Chronicles show. And you are just now subscribing and listening to the Georgia and Daniel show. And to all of you new listeners, welcome. We love you. We're glad to have you as a listener to this podcast. And for those of you that are new, this podcast, the Georgia and Daniel show, chronicles our lives. It chronicles our adventures from when we first met, right? All the way to today. So you guys get a behind the scenes look, an inside look into our lives. We talk about our adventures, we chronicle our lives, and that's what you get on this podcast. So yeah, a lot of times we don't know what we're going to talk about until we go on air, like today. But that's just the way. That's just what you get.
That's how life works.
Yes, and that's how this podcast works. So you never know what you're going to get until it happens. Sometimes last minute, and that's what you get on this podcast, and that's why we chronicle our adventures of our life from a different angle. Now, do you and all the listeners want to know how I spent my July 4th holiday?
I do.
And that was, I spent it poolside with my mom. So there's a little, it's not a big pool. It's a little pool. It goes up anywhere from 3 feet up to 9 feet. I thought it was inches, but apparently I don't know the difference between feet and inches. So I know I just said that live on air. I say it as a joke, but I honestly thought in the pool it was inches. Don't know where that came from, but anyways. So if any of my teachers are listening from a long time ago from school, I did pay attention in math classes, but apparently not good enough. Anyways, so what else? So this pool, it's a small pool. It goes anywhere from 3 inches to 9 inches. So, and again, I mean, the deep, it goes from shallow as in 3 feet to 5 feet to 9 feet. So, and then like the entire, like a pool that we're used to swimming in, it's not that. So like, for example, a pool at like the YMCA, that is much bigger. Or an Olympic-sized pool, that's much bigger. This is just a small little pool that's in a neighborhood. I mean, not neighborhood. It's in like a little like those condo buildings, and then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 condo buildings, and then all the way on the far south end of the condo complex, there's a pool. And babe, sometime hopefully this summer will get to come there. But with that, so we spent the July 4th holiday poolside. I think we went there like this weekend. I think we went there like 3 times just because it was so hot this July 4th holiday weekend. And so like the first time we went, we kept seeing planes. I thought it looked like one of the United Airlines Star Wars planes, but I think it was just a Southwest plane. My mom and I didn't have our glasses on, and so we couldn't see exactly how the what the planes look like. We just could tell that it was either a boat, it was either a plane or a bird flying. I don't know. Get it?
Yes, I did.
Either a bird flying or a plane. Boats don't have an engine, so that doesn't make sense. You guys get the idea. And then on the actual July 4th holiday, on the 4th of July, the 4th day of July, we went 2 times, and I swear we could see from the distance fireworks. From the distance.
You saw some fireworks?
From the distance when we were in the pool.
Oh, okay.
That night, I don't remember when the last time I actually physically went somewhere to see fireworks. And again, it's basically just a big crowd of people watching stuff being blown up in the sky. That's how I describe the 4th of July fireworks. It's a big crowd of people all sitting in a field or sitting somewhere, basically sitting in a field, looking up at the sky, looking up at things being some lights being blown up, some fire and lights being blown up in the sky. That's how I describe the fireworks. And again, I say that to say that I don't remember when the last time I went, so we didn't go. Instead, my mom and I were watching Netflix. We were watching this show I discovered called LA's Finest.
That's pretty cool.
There's only 2 seasons on Netflix, and so we were binging with season 1. I just finished season 1 last night, but we were binging a bunch of episodes of this show on Netflix, and we could see a little bit of fireworks from the window of my mom's condo, but not that much. And so, yeah. So that's So we didn't really go see the fireworks. And again, anyway, I don't know if you would describe it the same way that I described it, but basically the way that I described the July 4th holidays, if you guys are listening, like our favorite Great Britain listener Ian, or if you're listening in another country and you have no idea what the July 4th holiday fireworks is about, it's just a bunch of fire and lights bunch of things being blown up in the sky, and a bunch of people sitting in a crowd looking,
Okay.
Now last year I spun it, I think, with Jose when he first introduced me to StreamYard. That's how I spun it with Jose on a live show and watching it from the window of my studio here. But no, this year I spent it with my mom. We were binging a show on Netflix and spending the July 4th holiday poolside. So that's how I spent the July 4th holiday.
Well, for me, yesterday was the only time I got to celebrate July 4th with my whole family.
Yeah.
But this year, I did work on the holiday. That was Sunday. And it was really busy, as usual. I had so much fun being with my coworkers. And then I came home and I made a lot of birthday videos for people who has a birthday in July.
Yeah.
And then I went to bed, and then all of a sudden, I heard a lot of fireworks, and I knew who actually did that. Jeannie Albiter, those were her fireworks. So I actually listened to it because I was still up, and then I went to bed, And by the time I was in bed, I didn't sleep well last night because of the fireworks that was booming my entire condo, meaning everybody was not sleeping well
Yeah.
in their little condos. So that was actually one of the best July 4th I've had this year.
Awesome. Well, there's something I was looking to say, and I forgot. Maybe I'll remember when we take our next sponsor break. I forgot what I was going to say, but it was something about the holiday. But I completely forgot, and maybe I'll remember it, or maybe I'll remember something totally different that I'll say after the break. So you guys find out if I remember what I was going to say, or if I don't remember what I'm going to say after the break. We'll give our listeners a little tease. And until then, you're listening to
The Georgia
and Daniel Show on SpecialChronicles.com, where we will be right back after our next sponsor break. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives and really is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they're literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. You're listening to the Georgia and Daniel Show on specialchronicles.com, and I still forgot what I was going to say on the show, and I completely forgot what I was going to say. But anyways, we both spent the July 4th holidays separately, and one of our listeners, Carol, is listening from Springfield, Illinois, and she says she's fine with her friend Daniel Olson, who's another athlete in Special Olympics over the 4th of July weekend. And so I wonder if I have a number. I probably don't have a number. I probably don't want to start calling random listeners on the show. But this is us trying to do show prep on the...
Hannah's on, by the way.
Oh. Hey, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Hannah, our favorite
Colorado listener.
You try to get Hannah call on the show? So, hey, if any listener wants to... actually, you know what I'm going to do? We don't usually do this on the show, but hey, because it's our July 4th holiday, we're going to put a link in the chat, and if you want to join our live show, click this link, and you can join our show. So if you want to join the live show, we don't usually do this, but we're going to go ahead and put the link in the... And if you're listening to the podcast later, then we'll do this new thing where we have random listeners join us on the show, and so we put a link that you can join the show. But yeah, and actually, I don't think I even had. I think baby, you said you had some burgers and stuff for the July 4th holiday, but I think my mom and I had this chicken Indian rice type thing. Basically, it was from Trader Joe's, but it was Indian food, and yeah, that's
very cool.
Yeah. So again, we don't know if we're gonna have any listeners on the show. This might be a shorter episode.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm having the best time.
So, Hannah, our favorite Colorado listener, asks, how was your 4th of July, Georgia? Well, Hannah, go listen to the first part of this episode. Georgia answers that. And says, what did you do with your family? How was your niece, Abby, and nephew, Max? What's Abby's nickname to our listeners call her? Awesome Abby? No.
Yeah, Awesome Abby and Marvelous Max, I think.
Something like that. No,
Yeah.
I don't know, came up with a nickname for Max, but it is what it is. Do you want to answer? This because
Yeah.
with the first Hannah's question, just the second part about how Abby and Max are.
Okay, so for the first part of the question, well, Hannah, I was with my entire family because one of my sisters flew in from DC, and she was also in Colorado with my niece Abby and my nephew Max. So that's my answer.
Awesome.
And they're doing great. I haven't seen them since, so hopefully this week I'm going to FaceTime them.
Awesome. And I don't know what this answer is. Go ahead, but if you want to join the live show right now, click on the link that should be in the chat. I think it's still there. I don't think we deleted it yet, but go and click on the link that's in the. I may have deleted it from. Oh, whoops! I think I just blocked ourselves from commenting. That's not what I wanted to do. So
what did you just do?
I just blocked ourselves from commenting. That makes no sense. What else do you want to talk about on the show, babe?
Well, I think that we should play a 4th of July song. Do you have the song called Firework by Katy Perry on your phone?
Yeah, well, because we're also live streaming this show on YouTube, it's copyrighted. So I don't think we should play any copyrighted music on the show.
Okay.
Right, babe? Because it's on YouTube, so YouTube might shut the show down and we'll cancel this podcast, and we don't want YouTube to do that, right?
No. Well, it was just an option.
I know. Yeah, I know. But it's YouTube has copyrighted the song. Should we wrap up the show since no listeners are joining us on the show?
Sure. Absolutely.
With how they can get in touch with us. If you want to follow this network, the Special Chronicles Network, specialchronicles.com is where you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe to our newsletter. Subscribe to all of our podcasts. If you like this podcast, the Georgia and Daniel Show, then you might also like the Special Chronicles Show. You can find all of our podcasts on specialchronicles.com. Click on podcasts, and you can find all the links to listen and subscribe to all the shows that we produce on this network. You want to get in touch with my cutest love over there.
You guys can follow me on the gram at PeachGeorgia22.
I think it's called Insta. If you want to follow me on the Insta, that's what the kids say, right? That's what the kids say, Insta. If you want to follow me on the Insta at Podmandan, PODMANDAAN at Podmandan is where you can follow me. And if you want to follow both of us on the Twitter, you can tweet us at DanielGeorgiaS, hashtag Georgia and Daniel Show. And if you want to follow us on the Insta and Facebook, you can
at Daniel and Georgia.
At Daniel and Georgia. Yes. So go follow us on the Insta or on the Facebook at Daniel and Georgia, and follow us personally. If you want to sign up for StreamYard and get it with a $10 referral link, specialchronicles.com/StreamYard tutorial is where you can go. And Georgia's Kitchen Show. Go subscribe to Georgia's Kitchen Show, specialchronicles.com/Georgia Kitchen Show. And if you want to email us, Daniel and Georgia at specialchronicles.com. Daniel and Georgia at specialchronicles.com. And if you love this podcast and you want us to continue being behind the microphone, in front of the camera, behind the microphone, make a gift, right, babe?
Yes, please make a gift at specialchronicles.com/give.
Yes, specialchronicles.com/give is where you can go to make a gift so we can continue podcasting all adventures of all life from a different angle. And with that, we hope you have enjoyed. This is Bud. You've been listening to
Georgia
and Daniel Show on specialchronicles.com. We'll be back next week with another all-new episode of the Georgia and Daniel Show as we count down to Georgia's 33rd birthday on July 22nd. So, folks, come back next week. Stay subscribed. And remember to rate and review us. Stay subscribed to this podcast as we come back next week and count down to Georgia's 33rd birthday coming up on July 22nd. So all that and much more right here on this podcast.
I love you guys.
Love you guys. Catch you later. Bye.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people with special needs.